Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video guys, I'm going to be doing a full face of a cruelty-free makeup. So it's not a complete face of full cruelty-free makeup because as I was doing research on different cruelty-free brands, I kind of fell through like a rabbit hole of like, okay, well the brand is actually cruelty-free, but then the parent company is not cruelty-free, or like the parent company is cruelty-free and then they're owned by another company that is not cruelty-free. So I kind of went down this rabbit hole, and most of these products that I'm going to be putting on my face today are cruelty-free, and also their parent company is cruelty-free as well. So yeah guys, if you were looking for some cruelty-free brands or some cruelty-free products, then definitely keep on watching. Alright guys, so we're gonna start off with brows first. So for brows today, I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in Ebony. Anastasia Beverly Hills is a cruelty-free brand. They have a lot of different products, from complexion products to, of course, the ever so popular brow products, eyeshadow palettes, and things like that. And later on in the video, I will be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Riviera palette. I actually wanted the Alyssa Edwards palette, but you know, I don't have, Alyssa Edwards is not in my budget, and I have a lot of different eyeshadow palettes to use that have like similar colors as that. So I'm not going to be getting the Alyssa Edwards palette only for that reason, but I actually really do want it. As you can tell guys, I'm in a new setting. I moved into my new apartment, and so things are a little bit different as far as the setup goes. How do you like this more kind of like natural setting? It's not like too like done up or anything like that. It's just like a natural home background type of situation. If you guys like this, then definitely let me know in the comments below. All right, so I have my lids already primed. I use the Uma Beauty Woke Concealer. It's Woke, Stay Woke Concealer. Uma Beauty is a new brand and they are cruelty free, so definitely check them out. And they're also a black owned business as well. I do have a review of the concealer and the new foundation that they have, and I'll leave that linked up and through here. But now we're going to go into the ABH Riviera palette, and I'm not sure what kind of look I'm going to create, but we are just gonna go with the flow. All right, so what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to go in with a crease shade. So I'm going to go into the shade Coastline, which is this shade right here, and I'm going to place that color in my crease. It's just a soft, like, pinky peachy shade. Now the reason why I wanted to create this video is just because of all the controversy between Wet n Wild and them selling in China and things like that, and just, you know, seeing everybody's reaction to it online here. And I was like, okay, let me dive in a little bit deeper and see like how many products that I have that are cruelty free. And to be honest, like a lot of the products that I do have are cruelty free, but it's just those few that are like, okay, the brand again is cruelty free, but the company that owns them is not cruelty free. So there's like different lines that you can draw for yourself as far as like how far you want to go with the cruelty free thing. For me personally, I believe, I feel like it's a good thing that we're kind of like putting a little bit of heat on these brands for being cruelty free, because animal cruelty is wrong in every sense. But at the same time, it's like for those brands who are like, okay, I am not cruelty free, I stand by not being cruelty free, and then they just so happen to be owned by a company that just does not, I'm not gonna say doesn't care, but it's just like, okay, they're owned by a brand that, you know, does test on animals. It's kind of like that tricky line where like, okay, do I not support the brand because they're owned by this company, or do I support the brand because they are making a difference within the company so that they can like spread the awareness of being cruelty free and how good being cruelty free is. I'm going to go into the shade Monte Carlo, which is kind of like a nice rosy pink shade, and I'm just going to use that to add a little bit more pinkness to the look without making it like a super bright loud pink like the Bahamas color in this palette. Taking a smaller blending brush, this is a MAC 221 brush. I'm going to go into the shade Palm here, and I'm going to add this color to the outer V, just to kind of deepen it just a little bit, and then I'm just going to slightly blend it into the crease, very, very slightly. Alright guys, so as you can tell, I went ahead and finished one eye off of camera, so I'm going to show you how I got this eye right here. So I'm in the middle of cutting my crease, and I'm using the same concealer that I used to prime my eyelids with. So what I like to do is I like to place the concealer where I need it lengthwise. After I place the concealer, I immediately look up and around, and then it creates that cut for me, like a little rough draft of where I need to cut my crease. And just going back into Palm in the ABH palette and just kind of blending the edges of the cut crease. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and my brush is wet by the way, I'm going to take the color Inheritance in the ABH palette, and that's this gold shade right here. This shade has a little bit of fallout, so that is why I like to use a some sort of setting spray, or you can actually just use water to wet your brush and apply this shade. And this shade is really, really, really beautiful. Alright guys, so I have lashes on. So the lashes that I have on are the Kiss lashes. These aren't mink lashes or anything like that, so I do believe that they are cruelty free. I'm not completely sure, but if I find that out, I'll definitely leave it in the description box for you guys. So let's move on to the face. So for face was the, at least for me, the hardest part about finding a product that was like completely cruelty free. So let's start off with primer. So for primer, I'm using the CoverGirl Poreless Primer. You guys know that I use this all the time. CoverGirl actually recently became cruelty free, so that's definitely a good thing for CoverGirl. Claps on CoverGirl for doing that. Alright guys, so let's move on to foundation and concealer. So as far as concealer goes, concealer was actually pretty easy for me to find out of among my concealers, like different brands that are cruelty free. So of course I showed you guys the Stay Woke concealer from Beauty, and then of course there's the CoverGirl concealer. There's many different concealers from many different brands that are cruelty free, but of course I'm going to be using the CoverGirl. And as far as like my skin goes, now as far as foundation goes, that was a little bit harder. But the one foundation that I have that is truly cruelty free is this guy right here. So this is the Pure Cosmetics Love Your Selfie foundation. So that's what I'll be wearing today. And I'll be going in with this, but then I'll be a little bit heavily applying the concealer just because this shade is a little bit too dark for me. So I'm gonna use the concealer end of this foundation and spread it on my face. Alright, and now I'm just going in with the CoverGirl concealer, and I'm using two different shades here. I'm just going to blend it out with a e.l.f. Total Complexion Sponge. This is one of my favorite beauty tools. e.l.f. is also cruelty free as well, so if you're looking for a good affordable alternative as far as affordable cruelty free makeup goes, e.l.f. is definitely a good brand to go for. Alright guys, so foundation is done. By the way, I forgot to tell you guys what mascara that I used on my lashes today. I used the CoverGirl Exhibitionist Mascara. This is actually a really, really good mascara, a really close dupe to the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. So if you love the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, then you're definitely going to like this mascara as well. Now, as far as setting spray goes, I actually don't have a cruelty-free setting spray. All of my, setting spray as well as setting powder. All of my powders that I have aren't cruelty-free, or their parent company of the companies aren't cruelty-free. So I'm just gonna stay away from those today. As far as blush goes, I don't have a singular blush that is cruelty-free, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into this ABH palette, and I'm just going to use it as a multi-purpose product. And I'm literally just going to go into like these shades right here, just kind of going back and forth between them, trying to get the perfect mixture and apply. Just a little bit. Alright, everything's looking good so far. I've actually never done this before. So that's definitely, it looks good. I've never actually tried to use the palette for blush before. So it's definitely pretty good. So I'm definitely impressed. Definitely impressed. I went a little bit ham on the pink on this side. So I'm gonna just blend this out a little bit with the sponge. Highlight today, I'm going to be using my favorite highlighter. You guys already know it's the Milani Strobe highlighter in number 4. And I'm just going to be applying that on my cheeks. And last but not least is the lips. So this next product that I'm going to be talking about is the Fenty Beauty Unveil Stunna Lip Paint. Now, with Fenty Beauty is cruelty free, but their parent company, or their parent's parent company, I should say, I don't even know what it's called, it's like an abbreviation, but Kendo brand has a bunch of cruelty free brands in their line, so they're like kind of cruelty free, but the parent company that owns Kendo is not cruelty free. So that's kind of like what led me into like, okay, this rabbit hole of like, okay, how far are we gonna take it? So because Fenty itself is cruelty free and like their immediate parenting company also kind of has like multiple brands that are cruelty free, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Unveil Stunna lip paint today, but I'm gonna go over top of it with another lipstick. And with the ColourPop, let's see, this is the ColourPop lipstick in La Lady. And ColourPop is also a cruelty-free brand as well. A pretty affordable cruelty-free brand. Alright guys, so this is the final look. What do you guys think? It was pretty easy to create a look out of these products that I have, even though I was limited, especially when it came to blush. And of course I didn't set my face, but it actually looks pretty good and not set. But yeah guys, definitely there's a lot of cruelty-free brands out there. You just gotta really dig and find out, okay, which cruelty-free brand do you want to purchase from. If you guys like this video, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Also guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you aren't subscribed. And yeah guys, I will catch you guys later in my next video.